welcome back to another Bowltech tip. I'm Marquez, head coach for Turbo 2 and 1. I have the pleasure and the honor to actually get to see Joe Ciccone. Hi Joe, how are you?
How you doing?
Turbo team staff member. How you doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
Good, good. You brought some little tools that you wanted to work with and use in the training facility, and interesting little concept of how to create accuracy. Tell us a little bit about the toolbox here that you got.
Well, I have some different drills that I do at home when I practice. I like to try to practice on a more demanding lane condition a lot of times because that will allow me to see my mistakes and not get away with mistakes and still throw strikes. When I'm working on my game, that's what I like to do. And sometimes when I can't do that, and I end up practicing on, what can we call an out shot or a leak shot, where you get a lot of boards, you get a lot of boards of error. So one of the things that I've done in my own game to still be able to get a good practice in is I've got an accuracy drill using some traffic cones that I'll set out on the lane, and I'll actually use them to help me see my mistakes, make sure I'm throwing good shots, and kind of improve and narrow my focus down so that I'm repeating good shots every time instead of getting away with my mistakes.
Now, is this more of a visual game for you, or is it more of a goal-oriented type of teaching tool, or how does it work?
It's a little bit of everything. It basically forces you to hit your target every time, and if your body's not doing the right thing to be able to repeat a good shot where you can hit your target, you're going to kind of automatically correct yourself because obviously if you keep making a bad shot, you're not going to keep doing it over and over. When you're bowling on an easy lane condition, you can make a lot of mistakes. You might not know you're making those mistakes because you're being rewarded for them. So in order to kind of condition myself, my own practice, to make sure that I'm not making mistakes, I kind of put a little bit of, it's almost like a little bit of defense out there, to where it makes me focus on doing the right thing and repeating good shots and being accurate with each shot.
So this strengthens your feel game.
Yeah, I feel like it makes me be able to make better shots a lot better by training.
Okay, we'll have to show it.
All right. Strike!
Okay, Joe, that was a really great shot. Tell us a little bit about this teaching tool that you have with the cones out here beyond the arrow.
Well, basically what I've done is I've got an ordered set of traffic cones, and I use this sort of a practice technique that I've used for a lot of years. It's basically an accuracy drill, and what I'll do is, for instance, today I've come in, I've thrown a couple of shots, and I've found my best line of pocket being to be looking at board 13. So what I've done is I've set up these cones on either side of board 13, 2.5 boards on either side, which forces me basically when I throw a shot to hit board 13 in order for the ball to pass clearly through the cone. If I make a bad shot and I pull it and I hit board 14, or if I throw it right and I hit board 12, it's going to contact one of the cones. I'll have to walk down and reset it back where it was. So basically what it forces me to do is make a good shot every time, regardless of the lane conditions. If the lanes are real easy, sometimes you've got that extra room. This works on your accuracy. It forces you to make the same shot, repeat the same shot, and it also makes your eyes focus better on your target.
So it brings actually the eyes for most bowlers that actually look down at the shot, the release point, actually focuses down lane, closer to where the break point is down lane.
Definitely, and you can set these cones up wherever you like to look. For me personally, I usually look at the splice or where the splice would be with lane, just because that's more comfortable for me. Most people look at the arrows. Some people look at the dots. You can use them down at the break point to kind of monitor where your ball is going there. There's a lot of varied ways you can use them, but it's the bottom line is it forces you to be accurate at where you're trying to hit. And when you're practicing, if you can see your mistakes, it's a lot easier to start to eliminate them. And by using these, when you make a bad shot, it's very obvious when you hit the cone. It forces you to make a good shot every time.
Excellent. Now, with this cone setup, would you use maybe multiple cones down lane as a person gets more proficient in their accuracy?
Sure, it can be done. If you're trying to hit a specific board of the arrow, and then you want your ball to be in a specific position at the break point, You might place a cone to the left of your break point to make sure that you go around it properly. Or if you're trying to play square, you might put the cone to the right and make sure you stay inside of it.
So not only do you have accuracy, you also have angle.
Sure, there's a lot of different things you can work on. You can work on different adjustments that you might make without moving your target. Sometimes maybe the right move isn't to move your feet. Maybe the right move is to pick up your ball speed. Well, for instance, if you're not as accurate playing with a faster ball speed than a softer ball speed, this will help you to make that adjustment and repeat the same shot over and over again. And if you're a beginner at using these, they don't have to be set quite so close to each other. I have them set at the minimum tolerance because I want to force myself to be as accurate as possible. But if I move another board part on each side, now I've got a couple of boards extra, and I might have a little bit more room to hit, and then as I get better at it, move them back in, give yourself a smaller area to hit, and you really start to narrow your game down and start to make better shots.
So if you're a novice at the game, you're just starting to develop some kind of system of accuracy. Actually, it's a little bit wider, but not necessarily so wide like the league play.
Well, you don't want to cheat yourself. You want to make sure you're still working at something. But, I mean, if you want to try to, work on playing in, you want to play left with a fourth arrow, you can always move them in, play farther aside. You can basically use them any part of the lane that you want to. And, if you're used to playing second arrow all the time in your league shot, maybe you're getting ready for a tournament where you're afraid you might have to play inside, you're not as comfortable there, you can use them to work on your accuracy playing inside. So there's a lot of different ways to use it to help your game.
Good, excellent. Now, the circumference of the ball, I mean, when it fits through these cones, notice that the way the shape of the cone, is it going to hit the actual edge or the flat spot of the cone, or is it actually going to hit the actual cone orange part?
You'd actually be hitting the orange part. I mean, basically what I've done is I've reset them back where they were. And when I set up the cones, for instance, here's board 13. If I'm trying to play 13, I will start the cone on the edge of 13, and I will count over 12, 11, and a half more. That's 2.5 boards to that side. Same thing with the other cone. I'll start on board 13, and I'll go 1, 2.5 to this side. So I've got the full board that I'm trying to hit, plus 2.5 boards on either side. 6 boards in total. So basically now what that's done is, now my ball is on board 13. I have this much room this way, and this much room that way.
That's awesome.
If I go any farther either way than that, I'm going to contact one of those cones. And if you're practicing for a long time and chasing cones, it gets to be tiring after a while. So, but like I said, if you want to start with a little more tolerance, you can count 3.5 boards on each side. Now, look at the difference you've got in terms of room to get it through. That's a pretty big difference.
Very wide.
But now, once you get to zero yourself in on that, now you can bring yourself back in and start to focus your target even better and better.
Absolutely. It's a great teaching tool. I'd like to see more high school coaches and maybe college coaches as well, as well as regular youth, developmental coaches out there.
It's great for something like a high school team, and that's where I learned it was in college, because you can have a couple of lanes going, you can have your players out there, instruct them on what to do, and then they can help each other, and they can kind of talk to each other about what's going on, and really work on their game, and it allows you to really kind of work with everybody, equally, and still give a real nice teaching.
So Joe, that was absolutely informative. It was amazing to watch. And watch those cones and see the difference between what accuracy goes through for a bowler. And it's amazing how you got that ball right through there, and you got it to strike at the same time, and it looked pretty easy.
Well, yeah, pretty good.
How long have you been doing this?
I do it quite a bit, but some days are better than others, and that's the point of doing this really. Some days you're going to have good days, you're going to throw it well. Other days you're not. It's not always going to work out for you. So if you're making bad shots, just keep working at it, and eventually it's going to make you a better player.
So it's more about the practice involved in creating techniques like that.
Yeah.
Joe, this is great stuff. For you viewers at home that actually want to incorporate this into your game, ask the permission of the proprietor if you can actually put some obstacles out on the lane. That's first and foremost. But again, it teaches you a little bit more about consistency, feel, and of course the ultimate goal, accuracy. So, good stuff, Joe. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck this year on the tour, and hope to see some really good things out of here.
Sounds good.
Okay. For the Turbo 2-in-1 Company, I'm Marquez, head coach for Bowltech. Thanks for watching.